Hello and welcome to this episode of the Proteopedia Video Guide. In case you haven't yet watched enough of these videos to recognize my voice, I'm Iran, and in this video I'll be showing you how to edit the text of a page in Proteopedia. The first thing you need to do to edit a page is to log in. Now I'm already logged in, as you can see, but if I weren't, then instead of this log out button, we'd see a login/request account button in the upper right hand corner of the page. You would then click on that link and either log in or request an account so that you can later log in once your request is approved. Let's go to the sandbox so that we can play. The page titled Sandbox is used to make test edits so that users can familiarize themselves with editing pages in Proteopedia, or to test out a feature that they'd like to try out. When we click on Edit this page, we will see the text of the page displayed in a text area accessible to us for editing. Note that the title of the page, Sandbox, as well as this Contributors section, will not be displayed in that editable text area because the sandbox, the title Sandbox, is a static title of the page, which can only be changed by moving the page to a different page name. Please use this feature sparingly and only when necessary. The list of contributors to the page cannot be changed as it is generated automatically by Proteopedia according to who has contributed to the page. So, when we click on Edit this page, we will expect to see this text here in a text area accessible for editing. And this is indeed what we see. We can now edit this text if we'd like, removing words or adding them. We can add a new sentence. Hello, this is my new sentence. And when we scroll down here, we have an option to either save the page or show a preview. If we click on Show Preview, then we'll see a preview of our changes, of how our page might look. Here we see the old text, and here we see what we've added. And down here in this text area, we see the wikitext that has generated this preview text. What is wikitext? Wikitext is a simplified syntax for formatting text in wikis. For example, let's say that I'd like to make this word, sentence, I'd like to make it bold. I can go over here to B and click on bold text. And as you see, what's been added are these 3 single quotation marks on either side of the word. If I now scroll down and show preview, I would expect that sentence to be in bold, that word sentence, and indeed it is. I don't need to use this bold button. If I'd like, I can simply add by hand these single quotation marks, click on Show Preview, and that wiki text is recognized and converted to the correct formatting. Other options that I have are italic text. I can add internal links. For instance, if I wanted to add a link to the page, this is the page hemoglobin. I can add an internal link to it. This is the format, and when I show a preview, we see that the link to the page hemoglobin within Proteopedia has been generated. Likewise, there are many other buttons that can help us with wiki text. You'll see here that there is a line underneath this last sentence, and that's because we have these 4 hyphens that are the wiki text for making a line across the page, and this is the button for doing so. If we want to save our page, we could write a summary, adding a sentence about hemoglobin page, for example, and save the page. Immediately our changes will be reflected in the sandbox page that is viewed by everyone. And I'd just like to point out one last thing before we end this episode of the video guide. If you click on Edit this page and scroll down, there's a link here called Editing Help. I encourage you to click on it and scroll down a little bit more. This section encourages you to use the sandbox for practice editing. Here we have a section helping us with how to create a new page. And this section deals with edits of text not involving Proteopedia scenes. There's a link here I'd like to bring your attention to. It's a link in Wikipedia called a cheat sheet. Since Proteopedia uses the same wiki software as Wikipedia, our wikitext formatting is nearly identical. For any matter that has to do with formatting text and not scenes or 3D structures, we are exactly identical to Wikipedia. So what you see on this page is a table that gives you descriptions of a particular formatting you might wish to add to your page. It shows you how to type it, the syntax, and here it shows you what you get. For example, adding headlines to a page is as easy as adding different amounts of equal signs to the right and left of some text, and you'll get this result. Now, this is an overview. This is just a cheat sheet. If you really need in-depth information, for instance, you'd like to add an image to your page, but you're not sure how to size it to the appropriate dimensions, you can visit How to Edit a Page, which is also accessible from the Proteopedia editing help. I'll show you in a second. And here, for instance, go to the Images section on this page, and you'll see numerous examples that will aid you in finding out the appropriate syntax for what you'd like to add to the page. We'll go back to the Help Editing page in Proteopedia. Remember, we were here after we clicked on the additional help on the Edit This page. So we were here and we clicked on Editing Help. We clicked also on this Cheat Sheet button, but this other button here takes us directly to the more in-depth How to Edit a Page. I recommend using the cheat sheet at first, and if you need something more in-depth, visit the How to Edit a Page page. That's all for this episode. Thanks for watching.